Unis for the Panthers. Edwin Young, Tony Meeks, and James Curran to throw it up. And Southeast Missouri wins the tip. They will work from right to left. Here, teams shoot opposite their own benches in the first half of play. Again, it's Russell, Harris, Johnson, Clark, and Branson for SEMO. Harris with a handoff to the right side for Clark. Kobe Clark brings it to the top of the wheel. Now for Branson, back to that right side. That's Harris. Steps left, pops a three, around and out. And the defensive rebound to B.J. Freeman and the Panthers. Browning, Freeman, Pullian, Rand, and Thomas. For the Horizon League's Milwaukee Panthers, to our right. Thomas lost the dribble, lost his footing. The ball is lost out of bounds. He and Dylan Branson tripped over one another. So it's a turnover for the Panthers on their opening possession. These are two teams that play similar styles when you talk about the ability to fight and press. Bart Lundy differentiated it, though, in our pregame show by saying the difference is SEMO will look a little more controlled. We're trying to mess it up, muck it up a little bit, is the phrase coaches use on more than one occasion. The score just underway. Redhawks basketball here to my left with Russell on Rand. Now back up top. Clark's got it. Clark, feed back door. Branson, and good anticipation there by Justin Thomas. Stepped in front of Branson to knock it out of bounds. SEMO's got it with 5 on the shot clock. No score, a little over a minute gone by. The lob to the top, Clark to catch. Pullian's in his grill. Step back three over Kentrell Pullian off the back bracket, no good. And Rand, the tip rebound to Justin Thomas. Forecourt to Markeith Browning. Here's Keith into the paint, gets to the rim, blocked from behind. And they'll whistle, and a foul. The first foul of the game will go against Nate Johnson. Markeith Browning accelerating as he hit the left elbow, and from behind, Nate Johnson committed the foul. So we have the first free throws of the game. They belong to Markeith Browning. 6 of 11 on the young season for Keith. And the lefty's first is good. 11 points yesterday for Browning. That after a career-high 12 on Saturday over UC Davis. It's been a good weekend here at the Klatsche Center for Browning. That one is short, and the rebound, far side, tracked down by Pullian. Panthers have a 1-0 lead. Here's a kick out to Freeman. BJ's three is off the mark. 1-0. The Panthers have the lead. 90 seconds into this one. Russell at the top. Philip Russell, lob it to Branson. Jump pass out to the right corner. Harris now to the elbow. Tough fader is short. Good defense there by Browning. Rebound for Markeith. He's going to run on Russell. Russell poked it out. Did it ricochet off of Browning? No, it did not. Philip Russell thought it ricocheted off the knee of Markeith Browning. But the baseline official there, James Curran, said, nope. Panthers ball, baseline. 1-0. Panthers have the lead here, opening couple minutes. Thomas the catch off the screen, hit Pullian. Pullian guarded tightly by Harris. Now to Browning, high on the left side. Browning on Russell. Poked out, stolen by Philip Russell. Russell back, and Thomas tried to pick his pocket in transition, and he will be called for the foul instead. So the Panthers' first foul was against Justin Thomas. 17:56 first half. It's a 1-0 start for the Panthers. These teams have met 6 times before, as recently as 2002. So it's been a while. 5-1, the Redhawks lead the all-time series with the Panthers. Russell at the top. Bounce it for Harris, high on the right side. Lob in. There's the catch for Johnson, and he was disrupted at the rim by Ahmad Rand. He's not the first. He won't be the last. Pass inside, off the knee of Browning and out of bounds. Pullian tried to catch Markeith Browning, slicing open along the baseline. So the Panthers have a couple of turnovers on their line. They were good yesterday, weren't they? Just 13 turnovers against Boston University. Speaking of turnovers, SEMO just gave it away in transition. Panthers have a 4-on-3. Freeman, no look for Thomas. And JT off the turnover will lay it in. 3-0 start for the Panthers. 17:20 to play here in this opening half. Final game Game 6 of 6 over the last 3 days here inside the Klachi Center, the Cream City Classic. Harris deep on the right wing, guarded by Browning. Crossover on Markeith, back for Clark. Kobe Clark spins, free throw line jumper, no good. And it's cleared by Freeman. Freeman left to right. BJ motoring into the paint, drops it off for Rand. He allows Branson to fly over the top. Ahmad Rand will dunk it, and the Panthers have a 5-0 start. Remember yesterday, the Panthers got off to a 9-0 start against Boston. Eventually, they would lead 26-6. It was a boat race. Here it's a 5-0 beginning. Russell through traffic at the top. Tough fader from 15. He hit it over Pullian. Philip Russell, first basket. And we have a technical foul now on Philip Russell. Oh boy. There was a little extra celebration there by Philip Russell. He did the too small thing. You know, where a player will put his hand down on the floor. You can get away with that in the NBA. I don't think you can get away with it in college basketball. At least not that blatantly. He may have said something as well. He did the whole too small thing against Kentrell Pullian's defense. Freeman missed the throw. He's going to get one more, though. So 5-2 is the score. DJ Freeman had only missed 3 free throws all year, just 81%, and now that one is short. Oh, man. So a couple of technical free throws. That'll go as a personal foul, by the way, on Russell, too. That technical goes as a personal and a team foul. 5-2. Now the Panthers can run their offense in the half court. With 16:20 to play here in this opening half. Freeman high on the right. Jump pass to the corner. Pullian. Back for Thomas. JT driving kickback. Freeman for 3 off the front rim. No good. And that leads to Israel Barnes, who's just checked on. Back for Semo, and he gets to the rim to lay it in. Barnes coming in for Russell, who picked up that technical foul. And he makes it a 5-4 game. Israel Barnes, the redshirt senior from Wichita, Kansas. 15-50. Ahmad Rand, baseline, reverse dunk. Explosiveness for Ahmad. 7-4 Panthers. Ahmad Rand continues his stellar start to his Milwaukee Panthers career. 3-ball, right wing, and it goes for Israel Barnes. So 5 quick ones. And the first sub of the game off the bench for head coach Brad Korn. 7-7 is the score. 15:23 and the clock runs here in the first half. Pullian, Freeman, left wing it's Thomas. Justin gets baseline, goes around traffic, left that one a little bit short. Panthers got to get back. Semo's going to push it. Here comes Nate Johnson. This is Barnes back up top. Shot fake that time for Clark. Now to the corner. Barnes for 3, and he hit it. Israel Barnes off the bench in the wink of an eye with 8 straight points. And it's a 10-7 lead for Southeast Missouri. 14:48 left to play in this first half. Thomas at the top. Left wing, it's Pullian. Defense extending there with Anquan Smart. Driving kickback. Freeman for 3. That one's going to be off the mark, no good. And we will get a loose ball foul on the rebound by Kentrell Pullian. So the second foul against the Panthers, the first against KP. Kentrell Pullian on the floor. Adam Larson, the Fenimore, Wisconsin native, has checked in for the first time. He had 11 points, 3 threes in their loss yesterday to Davis, UC Davis. Josh Mitchell is on the floor now for them, along with Barnes. Kobe Clark, the starter, still out there, and Anquan Smart. SEMO basketball to our left. Barnes out at the logo. Israel Barnes. High screen given him by Mitchell. Pops another 3 and hits another 3. Wow. Israel Barnes has the last 11 for Southeast Missouri. They lead it by 6. I said it's only his 3rd game. He averages 4 points a game. Here's a cross-court skip through the hands of Stewart and turned over. you can feel the energy in this place right now is occupied by the Red Hawks bench. 4 giveaways for the Panthers. Now in this first half, we've played only 6 minutes. Panthers down by 6. It's a 9-0 run courtesy of Israel Barnes. Mitchell, they're going to find Barnes again, aren't they? Clark, they swing left corner. There's a 3 ball on the way. That's missed by Smart. And the rebound is finally secured by the Panthers. Browning, left wing, Pullian. Transition 3 for KP is in and out. Panthers have missed their first 4 from downtown. SEMO running. Larson for 3. Missed it from the left side. Jalen Johnson the board for the Panthers. We'll find Pullian. Panthers down by 6. They haven't scored in almost 2.5 minutes. Pullian got his layup blocked. Johnson's layup is no good. Panthers are missing some high percentage looks right around the rim. And now we have a Milwaukee frustration foul against Elijah Jamison. Panthers are getting high percentage opportunities. Pullian to the rack, disrupted by Kobe Clark. Jalen Johnson's no-foot putback was no good. Panthers with 3 fouls now as a team. Clark at the top. Left wing, it's Smart. Equan Smart. Screen by Mitchell. Jump pass to the right wing. There's Clark. He'll get to the elbow. Out for Barnes. NBA range 3. Hey, he finally missed. What do you know? Keon Edwards on for the Panthers. Collects the rebound. Jamison back. Beautiful crossover. He goes up. He's fouled hard. The ball falls. And now the concern is the health of Elijah Jamison. He took a hard hit and a hard fall. And that basketball hit off the top of the backboard, bounced a couple times on the iron, and finally fell through. 13-9. It's a clean foul, but a hard body foul. Again, Southeast Missouri's Josh Mitchell, his first. Elijah Jamison given an extra opportunity there to just kind of flex that right leg a little bit, that right hip. He was knocked down on his right side. He's got the basketball now, and his free throw is no good. Panthers have missed all 4 3-pointers, and they're 1 of 5 on their free throws. Not the start Mart Lundy wants, at least on that end of the floor. Down by 4 at 13-9. Back comes Smart the other way. Skip it to Larson. Shot fake. Stewart's up on him. Now they lob it low for Kobe Clark. Can't handle. Turnover SEMO. Panthers in transition. Pullian fighting. There's a scrum for a loose ball in the backcourt. And we have a timeout called by Kentrell Pullian. Southeast Missouri. Panthers 0 of 4 from range. It'll be Panthers basketball after they were able to get the timeout called on the loose ball by Kentrell Pullian. Jamison, Edwards, Stewart, Johnson, and Pullian to our right here. With Pullian bouncing it for Jamison. Now he faces up Clark, takes him off the dribble, goes with the right hand and drops it in. He's got such a soft touch. Even his misses are heartbreak varieties. 13-11. He rarely misses badly around the rim. Jalen Johnson. He's always in the vicinity. 11:45 to go in the half. Here's Kobe Clark on a rim run. No, he's going to drive. He'll kick it back for Smart, and Aquan Smart buries a 3. Well, the Red Hawks, who came in at about 7.5 made threes a game, they've got 4 already. Less than 9 minutes deep. They lead at 16-11. Jamison, deep left wing, in front of the SEMO bench. Now to Pullian against Larson. Takes some baseline. Back for Jalen Johnson. Mid-range, no. Couple of steps. Feed it to Pullian. He'll dart. He'll scoop. Off the window, down the well. Kentrell Pullian. Strong move by that young man. 16-13. Red Hawks pushing. Right corner with it. Barnes. Feed it right block. This is Nate Johnson, and a charge is called on Johnson. Jalen Johnson took it. Johnson and Johnson. Nate, the Red Hawk, just lowered that shoulder ever so slightly into Jalen, the Panther. So it's a turnover there. 3 of them now for the visitors from Southeast Missouri. 10:59 to go in the half. 16-13 is our score. Harris is back on defensively for SEMO. Panthers with the possession, though. Within 3, whistle off the ball. And now Jalen Johnson called for an offensive foul, working against Josh Mitchell. So he returns the favor from a moment ago, and he will leave, and here comes Ahmad Rand. Dylan Branson is back on for Southeast Missouri. He'll toss it into Harris. Russell still on the bench for SEMO after picking up that early technical foul, and now Pullian picks up a foul on Harris. He was bodying him along the far sideline. It's 1 on KP. And here comes Browning. This will be a night, this will be a game where the Panthers' depth will be tested, but they have it. Meanwhile, Southeast Missouri, they've only played 9 deep through the first 2 games of this Classic. Panthers go 11, 12 even. It'll be one of their assets this year. The Panthers bench and the depth. Barnes, left wing, leaner, goes for Israel Barnes. Have a night, Israel Barnes. He is. He's got 13. Jamison almost at his pocket pick. As Southeast Missouri, they just seem a little bit more aggressive than the Panthers so far in this game. That time it was Equan Smart that went diving into the table here in front of us to try and knock it away from Jamison. Best he could do was knock it out of bounds. So far, SEMO, after a little bit of a slow start offensively, now they got the lead. They play well from the front. You can tell. Browning turns the corner, driving kick. Keon Edwards for 3. That's an air ball. It's taken there by Rand, and he is fouled on the rebound of the air ball, as it were. Israel Barnes, his first, team's 5th. Both teams now with 5 fouls. Smart will leave. He's flexing his left elbow. May have hit his funny bone when he went diving here in front of us a moment ago. Kevin Gowans is checked on. He's guarding Browning, and he just came up with a steal against Markeith Browning. Kevin Gowans at 5'9", and he came out of there with the steal against Markeith. Out of the top for Israel Barnes. Jump pass back to the corner. 3 ball on the way for Gowans. He missed it. Freeman saves the rebound. Panthers down by 5. 9:45 left in the first half. Freeman left to the top. Right of the circle, it's Elijah Jamison. Now draws a double and dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds. He wasn't even guarded tightly. That's what I'm talking about. Panthers, 7 turnovers in this first half. That is an unforced turnover, in my book at least. I mean, Mitchell started coming out at him, but he just kind of had a high dribble and he lost it out of bounds. 7 turnovers for the Panthers. 0 of 5 from 3 and 1 of 5 at the free throw line. All told, in some ways, fortunate down only 5. With 9:24 to go. 13 points is all they've scored at this point. Barnes starting right. Baseline fader rolls off, no good. Ahmad Rand takes the rebound away from Mitchell. Here comes Freeman pushing and kicking corner out of the trailer. That's Thomas. He'll range and he'll hit a 3. First 3 of the night for the Panthers goes on their 6th attempt, and it comes from Justin Thomas. He makes it an 18-16 game as we up under 9 minutes to go. Chris Harris for the Red Hawks drives right on Browning. Now in the paint, fades one up from 12 off the back bracket. No, and Ahmad Rand clears the rebound again over Mitchell. Long outlet pass. Freeman somehow catches, saves, scores off the glass. Ooh, that was almost a turnover right there. But BJ Freeman's athleticism allowed him to snag that ball and lead it up for 2. We're tied at 18, just like that. Branson skipped to the right wing. Gowans. Fast pace to this one. The pace doesn't match the score in a lot of ways. Branson, high on the right, Harris. Harris, long 2 on the way for Harris. No good. Rebound Browning. Panthers have hit 5 of their last 6. When they're not turning the ball over, they're okay. Just got to give yourselves opportunities, gentlemen. Thomas with 20 on the shot clock. Drives baseline on Branson. Goes up. Block, and a foul will be called on Dylan Branson. Number 1 on Branson, number 6 on the Southeast Missouri Redhawks. See if the Panthers, as they have been good when they haven't turned the ball over, let's see if they can work on the free throw situation here a little bit. Like I said, they have missed 4 of their first 5. There you go, JT drops that one in. Even that one had to be coached in a little bit. Larson and Clark replace Harris and Mitchell for third-year head coach Brad Korn and company. Justin Thomas, 4 points, 3 rebounds yesterday against Boston. Short on that one. 2 of 7 now out of the Panthers. 19-18. Here's a poke out and a steal. Browning is back, and he'll throw it down. He had the poke out, and he ultimately paid it off. Panthers up by 3, 21-18. They are on an 8-0 run to lead it by 3. Branson in the paint. Pass to the left corner for Israel Barnes. Timeout will come at our next whistle here, our next stoppage. This crowd trying to infuse the defense with some energy inside the cozy confines of the Klatchy. Branson on a baseline dart. Goes up. No, he'll kick it out. Clark. Now to the corner for Gowans. Drive and kick. Branson with 2, with 1. He got it off in time, or did he? No, sir. It's a shot clock violation. And maybe some of these Klatchy crazies were able to inspire the defense. The tide has turned again, favoring the black and gold this time. Panthers by 3, 7:21 to play here in this opening half. Panthers are shooting 53%. The problem, the 7 turnovers. SEMO at 37%. Just give yourselves a chance to shoot the ball. You'll be okay, at least so far. Thomas out near the top, hard screen by Rand to free him. Kick left wing, Freeman for 3, no good off the front rim. And then Larson cannot handle it for SEMO. Adam Larson lost it. Panthers, thank you very much to the Fenimore, Wisconsin native. 6:58 remaining in the half. Panthers ball, baseline right. They lead at 21-18. And it'll be Browning to throw it in. Browning, Edwards, Rand, Thomas, Freeman on the floor. Whistle. Off the ball, and another foul coming up against Southeast Missouri. Panthers will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 here. As they got a foul on Daquan Smart. First on Smart, 7th on the team. Edwards at the line trying to build on this 8-0 Milwaukee run. 2 of 3 at the line on the young season. And Keon hits that one. His first point of this game. 4 points against Boston. Was scoreless and got the start against UC Davis. 2 for 2 for Keon Edwards. And it's a 10-0 Panthers run from down 5 to up 5 with 6:52 to play in this first half. Scoring drought for the Redhawks nearing 4 minutes. Philip Russell back on after a long time on the bench following a technical foul. He goes backdoor baseline. It's off the hands of Smart and turned over. Now the turnover bug biting the Redhawks a little bit. That is their 6th giveaway. That stat is almost even now. Panthers up 5, 10 straight in 2.5 minutes. Edwards to the top for Browning. They run a little handoff. Freeman. Thomas, screened by Rand, and then Thomas got it poked out, loose out near midcourt. Rand and Kobe Clark are fighting, and it'll be a Rand foul. And Kobe Clark was the first to the loose ball. Ahmad Rand then on top of him to try and tie him up or poke it away. So for Ahmad, that will be number 1, I believe. Yep. For the Panthers, number 6. 6:17 to play in the half. Panthers up by 5. Philip Russell, handoff for Barnes at the top. Larson back to Russell. And a 3-man weave at the top. Traveling violation. Philip Russell. Markeith Browning barking at Philip Russell. That's a battle there between Browning and Russell. A little jawing going on between the two men. Larson will leave for Southeast Missouri. Panthers ball, 23-18 the lead with 6 minutes to go. SEMO hasn't scored in over 4.5 minutes. Panthers on a 10-0 run. Freeman backing down his defender. Splits two. Reverse layup is good. Count it. And a foul. Oh, and he's got a slide grin on his face, too. The crafty B.J. Freeman backing down Russell and able to get it to fall after splitting the second defensive helper there. 25-18, first 2 points of the day, of the night for B.J. Freeman. Rattles in the free throw. 26-18. 13-0 run for Milwaukee. Talked about the waves of momentum. That wave is building for the Panthers at the moment. Edwards sits. Vin Baker Jr. is on for the Panthers. And we have a charge called against Israel Barnes. Who is it? It's Freeman, isn't it? It is. This portion of the program brought to you by B.J. Freeman on both ends of the floor, huh? Freeman drawing the charge against Barnes. That will be 2 against Israel Barnes. The scoring drought is now almost 5 minutes for SEMO. Panthers lead it 26-18. Let's reset the offense here. Baker, Thomas, Rand, Freeman, and Browning to our right. Vin's got it. He'll hand it off to Thomas. Curl it to the top. Right back to that wing. Browning open three. Got it! 29-18. 16 consecutive points by the Milwaukee Panthers. Browning. I said it a moment ago. There's been some jawing. Marquise was doing a little jawing a couple of possessions ago, and that time after he hit the three, said a little too much, at least in the mind of Edwin Young, our official. And the free throw is no good by Philip Russell. He's a 93% free throw shooter. He was at the line yesterday, down 3 with a second to go, and missed the first. This one for Russell is no good as well. So both teams have seen a player get called for a technical, and both teams have failed to capitalize on the technical. See, it all evens out in the end, doesn't it? All right, by the way, cleaning things up here. Browning, the technical, goes as his first personal. Panthers now with 7 as a team. So all that, we're right back where we started. 29-18 Milwaukee on a 16-0 run with Red Hawks possession. 5:22 clock runs here in this first half. Panthers hitting on 55% of their shots. Traveling violation. Stewart and Baker sandwiching Chris Harris right in front of us. As soon as Harris crossed the timeline, Baker and Stewart combined to force the giveaway. That's now 9 turnovers by the Red Hawks. Freeman on a drive. Leaner in the paint is good. 31-18. 18-0 run for Milwaukee. Once upon a time, they trailed this game 18-13. Under 5 to go here in this first half. Kobe Clark drives baseline. Now to Mitchell. Blocked by Rand, but a foul on Ahmad. He went for the rejection, as well he should, considering his reputation. And he got called for the blocking foul. 2 on Rand, 8 on the team. And so for SEMO, these will be the first 2 free throws that haven't come on a technical foul for SEMO. Russell missed the 2 free throw attempts a moment ago. These will be attempts 3 and 4, and that one drops in for Josh Mitchell. Moses Bowl is on for the Panthers, the 7-1 center from the South Sudan. He played well yesterday. He had 4 points and 2 rebounds in 10 minutes to help the cause against Boston U. That one is no good. Missed by Mitchell. So the run is 18-1 officially, and the Panthers have the possession up a dozen. 4:44 left to play in this first half. Stewart, dribble handoff right wing for Baker. 15 on the shot clock. Now it's Freeman, deep left against Larson. Branson, I beg your pardon, off the dribble. Kick out Thomas. 3-ball over Harris, and he rings the bell. Justin Thomas makes it a 21-1 run right now for the black and gold. They lead it by 15. Harris for an answer, too long, and Freeman's got it in the corner for the Panthers. He gets out of trouble. Thomas, long outlet pass, Baker. Vin, baseline, wrap around to the far side. Bowl can't grab it. That's on the Panthers. Just a click too fast. And you see assistant coach Ben Walker over there for the Panthers telling his guys, you got to just calm down. There is so much athleticism on this team, and sometimes they play just a step too fast for their own good. We talked about that with Bart Lundy in the pregame show, with Markeith Browning in the postgame show yesterday about just allowing the game to slow down a little bit. You'll be better for it. Uncontested 3 for Russell. He hits it at the top. 34-22. Panthers by a dozen again. 3:48 to go, and now an illegal screen set at midcourt. Moses Bowl, a moving screen. It sent Russell to the hardwood. For the Panthers, Justin Thomas has 9. B.J. Freeman with 7. Markeith Browning with 6. Meanwhile, for Southeast Missouri, Isaiah Barnes, 13 points off the bench. He had a stretch of scoring 11 straight for the Redhawks when he came in. It is Redhawks basketball to our left with 3:39 to go now. And Clark handling it at the top. Feed left wing. This is Russell. Contested elbow jumper is good over Browning. Philip Russell. He's got 7. He makes it a 10-point game. He averages 15. Harris averages 12. They stir the drink for this offense, for this team. Moses Bowl, deep left, hand back for Thomas. Between the legs, driving on Russell, into the paint, puts up a shot and banks it in over a double team. Justin Thomas having a great first half. He's got 11, first Panther in double figures. 3 minutes left before the break, and the Panthers up a dozen again. They've led by as many as 15. They trailed early by 6. Clark high on the left side as we go under 3 to play. Now to Harris. Right-hand dribble. Back for Clark. Left to the lane. Kick it back to Harris. Harris into the paint. Little push-off, no call. And he can't get the 6-footer to fall. It rolled off. Browning brings it up. 2:35 left to play in the half. Panthers up a dozen. Baker back. He'll be called for a charge. That time he lowered his shoulder a little bit. And Chris Harris drew the charge against DBJ. Just a little bit. And for Vin, that is personal foul number 1, right? Yep. Team foul number 10, but double bonus not in effect during an offensive foul. So, 2:27 left in the half. Panthers on defense, up a dozen. Weaving it across, right to left comes Philip Russell. Russell, he'll pop a 3, miss it over Browning. Long carom rebound comes out to Kobe Clark. He'll dart and kick to Harris along the left wing. He's got an open 3 and he hit it. Chris Harris buries the 3. That's his first points of any kind. He was 0 for 6 to start the night. They had defended him well. 36-27 our score. Freeman goes up. Freeman got it blocked. Bowl has it. Back for Thomas, 15 to shoot. And an offensive foul now called against Moses Bowl. And Mo asking what he did wrong. Mo, another illegal screen. He set a couple of those to account for his 2 fouls. So the Panthers now, turnovers start to heat up a little bit for Milwaukee. They have a dozen turnovers in this first half. Back comes Smart, blocked by Jalen Johnson, who just checked on. We have a whistle, and we will get a foul on SEMO. A loose ball foul is the call. And it'll be 2 shots. Josh Mitchell. Get you caught up here on the turnovers. The Panthers have a dozen. Remember, they only had 13 in the game yesterday. 9 of them on the Red Hawks ledger. Elijah Jamison, who had just checked on and was fouled, will go to the line. 36-27 Panthers. Jamison 0 for 1 at the line so far tonight. Again, the Panthers 5 out of 10 at the line tonight. That one's good for Elijah Jamison. Jamison, he went for 13 on Saturday over UC Davis. Went for 4 points and 5 boards in the Boston game yesterday. One of the top scorers in the history of North Carolina high school basketball. 38-27 as Jamison hit a pair. 1:45 left to play in a very entertaining first half. Scoring is picked up in the second 10 minutes. Baseline, Smart, nothing to Clark. He looks to give up the ball, does so to Harris deep on the right. 13 to shoot. Chris Harris, feed corner. Adam Larson just checked on. He missed a 3. Thomas has got it. It's a 5-on-4 if they hurry. JT through traffic, back for BJ Freeman. Freeman into the lane, jump stop, leaner, yes, he gets the roll. And they lead it by 13 again, 40-27. BJ Freeman's got 9. Again, great balance by the black and gold ledger. 1:04 left to play in the half. Quickly racing front court is Harris. Harris has it right side. Now feed it in for Russell. Little leaner will go with the right hand for Philip Russell. 7 for Russell. Still Barnes with 13 leads them. 40-29, 44 seconds left. Here's Jalen Johnson trying to post Clark, kick out Freeman. His 3 is good. P.J. Freeman, he's got a dozen. And the Panthers go up 14, 43-29. 30 seconds left in the half. Back the other way for Semo. Racing is Smart to the top for Russell. His deep 3, no good. Thomas the board. Bart Lundy wants them to slow down. Do they hear him, though? It's a one shot if they want it. Jamison for 3. They'll take that instead. No, yes, from Bart Lundy. They lead it by 17. 46-29. Back the other way, and a blocking foul with 4.6 on the Kobe Clark layup that was missed. Well, there's no way the way the first 10 minutes played out, there's no way I thought either one of these teams would get anywhere near 50 points before halftime. These second 10 minutes have been an offensive explosion for Milwaukee. Clark at the line. And his first is good. He'll get one more. Kobe Clark, 8 points, 3 rebounds yesterday. He went for 12 against Boston. Last year he played for Patrick Ewing at Georgetown. 46-30. Kobe Clark's second free throw is good. 46-31 Milwaukee. Here comes Dylan Branson. Well, the Panthers, 94 feet, 4.6 seconds. This is very doable, especially this year. Inbound, Browning, far sideline, and he lost the ball. Here another example of Markeith allowing the game to get a little bit too quick for him, and he dribbled it off his foot. 7 o'clock to get the conference season going. Then Saturday night downtown against IUPUI, then back in the non-conference until the first of the year when it's league play the rest of the way. Okay, Harris with 3.3 inbounding front court on the right side. Tossing for Clark, pass inside, Smart with 1, goes up, missed the layup, the tip-in falls, but they will wipe it off. Oh, it's good to have a 7-1 Moses Bowl defending a last-second layup attempt. Just ask Aquan Smart what he thinks about having to. It's got obviously a more intimate feel, and we've had some juice, we've had some energy here. Technical foul against Philip Russell by the Red Hawks, Markeith Browning by the Panthers in the first half, and there's been energy. There's been a little jawing going on in this first half, and now it's second half action. Panthers opening possession. To our left, Thomas, Browning, Rand, Pullian, and Freeman. Justin Thomas driving left lane line, rejected out of bounds by Nate Johnson. Okay then, says the 6'9" senior center from Broward County, Florida. Wow. Lob with 15 is intercepted by Clark. That was a pickoff all the way. Clark, lob ahead. Here is Branson bobbling, but he's able to keep the dribble alive. Refeed the right corner now after hesitating. Here's a three taken and missed by Kobe Clark. He had time to think about it. Maybe that was the problem. 46-31, Panthers by 15, just underway in the half. Freeman, catch and shoot, left wing three. Got it! 18-point lead, their largest. B.J. Freeman, have a night. He's got 15. He's hit 6 of 11 on his threes. And the Panthers lead it by 18. A minute gone by. Russell goes back door inside Branson, and Thomas stepped inside the house and took it away. Here comes Freeman, who steps on the sideline and turns it over. Great defense along that far sideline by Kobe Clark. And Bart Lundy telling his guys to just calm down, just a beat. Slow it up for your own good. Just a click. 15 turnovers. 2 quick ones here in a minute. But they lead it 49-31. Coach Lundy said, just imagine, think about, get excited about how good this team is going to be when they start taking care of the ball. Clark deep on the left side. Semo to my right in front of their bench. Now it's Branson. Whip it left wing. Clark, corner, Harris. Gets it back, pops the three. No good, too long, and Justin Thomas another rebound. Long outlet pass Browning on Russell to the 10 for 2. 51-31. They're running, they're gunning, they're having fun, and they lead it by 20 with 18:20 left to play here in this second half. Trying to go on a 3-game winning streak as Markeith Browning kicked the pass by Harris. 18-13 to go, 51-31. Yeah, Bart Lundy, the offense that they're running right now is still not at, what would you say, max capacity? I mean, they're still very much in the learning process. Lundy's still building on concepts. Looks good to me, but I don't have trained eyes. Barnes, who just checked back on with 13, toss it left wing to Russell. Now to Harris, lob inside, and Rand disrupted, knocked it out. They tried to post up Nate Johnson in there along the block. 2 minutes gone by in the half. Panthers lead it 51-31. And here's the pass in for Johnson. He tries to skip it. Beg your pardon. Clark tried to skip it to Johnson. He threw it away. Both teams with 2 turnovers in the first 2 minutes since halftime. It's been sloppy in that respect. No doubt about it. Panthers have just been able to overcome those mistakes better than the Red Hawks. Freeman, handoff Browning, out of Thomas at the top. Over a screen by Markeith. Picks up the dribble to Rand. Right back to JT, or right back to Ahmad. At the top, pops the three. Short. And back come the Red Hawks. Israel Barnes to the baseline. And on the pass, they will call a Panthers foul. Markeith Browning, his second. (51-31), 2.5 into the second. Inbound, right underneath the basket, blocked! Ran the rejection of Johnson. Here comes Freeman, peering up court, no look scoop to the corner, Pullian for three, in and out. Barnes brings it across. He may have pulled a muscle or something, kind of clenching his lower right abdomen. Johnson in the paint on a double. Rand rejection again. He got a piece of it. Johnson thought he was fouled. Thomas lead ahead for Browning. Keith goes up. He missed the tomahawk dunk, but he was fouled by Kobe Clark. Browning to the line. Clark's first personal, team's first. The fans are starting to pick up and anticipate Markeith Browning. I mean, there you have a situation where they're running in transition, and you had a couple people in the stands over there that as soon as Browning hits the throw, as soon as they saw it was Browning kind of running the post pattern, so to speak, they stand up in anticipation of Markeith paying it off with something special. There's going to be a lot more people standing up anticipating what Browning can do at the rim as this season goes on, as they see more. Consider yourself warned if you're a fan and you don't do that. Browning hit both throws. He has 8 points, and the Panthers lead it by 22, and Browning knocks the inbounds pass out of bounds. I mentioned there were multiple waves of momentum, of energy in the first half. The Panthers had the third wave, and they're still riding it, you might say. 16:58 to go. (53-31). We're set to go now. Okay, shot clock reads 29. Russell, Smart back on there. Laquan Smart back up top to Russell. Now Russell navigates left. Pull up 17-footer is good. Russell in the double figures. 11. He joins Barnes in double figures. 53-33 is the score. 16:35 to play in this game. Freeman, hand to Browning. Now for Thomas at the logo, around a high screen. 16 to shoot. JT gets the pass, lob to the rim. Rand is there. Leaner won't go. And it's out of bounds. We'll keep it right here. They try to give and go back to the rim. We'll pick and roll, but that time Rand was boxed out a little bit too far. He had to reach too far to get the ball. He couldn't dunk it. He tried to kind of lay it in, but it rolled off the back of the bracket. 20 on the shot clock. 16:22 now on the second half clock. Thomas to throw it in. Does so to B.J. Freeman, deep on the right. Freeman, couple of jab steps, rise up for three. Missed it. The way he's going tonight, I like his odds on that one, to be honest with you. Panthers still lead it by 20. Now Russell, his pass taken away. Turnover by Semo. That's going to be number 12 for the Red Hawks. Back comes Thomas. He got it poked out. Did it ricochet off a Red Hawk? It did. Now both teams a little loose with the ball tonight. I don't know what the final score is going to be. I don't know what the final margin of victory will be, but both teams. Levesque and his crew of diligent camera operators and engineers behind the scenes. For those of you watching us on ESPN Plus, a long 3 days for those guys, but they have done yeoman's work. They've broadcasted all 6 games. I just had to do the Panthers 3 games. They've been working 2 games a day for the last 3. Here's Pullian for the Panthers. Tried a backdoor lob, and it was deflected and stolen away. Another Milwaukee turnover. What is that now? 15-16 for the game. But they lead it by 20. It's not quite as painful, 16 turnovers, when you look at the scoreboard and you lead it by 20. 15:34 to go. Russell for the Red Hawks. He lost the ball. It's taken by Browning, and then Russell gives the foul to keep Markeith Browning from busting out, perhaps finishing another acrobatic dunk. All right, Russell his second, team second as well. Panthers and Phoenix on Thursday night in Green Bay at the Resch Center. And then the Panthers return home Saturday night downtown, back downtown against IUPUI at 7 o'clock. Love to see you at the Panther Arena on Saturday. What the heck, make the trip to Green Bay. See you at the Resch Center. Many of you have done it before. Elijah Jamison is on, takes the baseline from Milwaukee to a cutting Stewart. Angelo Stewart goes up, and he was disrupted, and the ricochet falls off. Here comes Russell back for Semo. He drops it off, and the layup is in and out, but a foul. Unable to finish was Mitchell at the rim. And that's because he was fouled. Jamison picks up the personal. His second and the team's second as well. Free throws here for Josh Mitchell. The hashtag 1HL working group is comprised of student athletes from all 11 institutions, built on the notion that although schools and student athletes compete against each other, by working together, the league can create meaningful and impactful change. Learn more at horizonleague.com/1HL or by searching hashtag 1HL on social media. First free throw was missed by Josh Mitchell. He's now 1 for 3 at the line. And he hits that one, however. He's got 2 points, both free throws. 53-34. Panthers have the lead, under 15 to play. Stewart deep left for Jalen Johnson. 49 points away from 1,000 for his collegiate career, Jalen Johnson, as he starts action tonight. Browning now in from the right. He'll drive and kick to nobody. He was looking for Jamison, and it was wide of the mark. "17 giveaways. Bart Lundy looking down the bench. He's going to bring in Keon Edwards. Now here's a steal right back by Pulliam. I'm telling you, both of these coaches, when they examine the game tape here, they're going to be shaking their heads at what their teams did in the turnover department. It has been not pretty. Johnson inside. Lefty baby hook is short. Good defense inside there by Mitchell. Russell running for SEMO. Right wing to Smart. Baseline right back for Russell. He'll dart baseline. Feed it in for Mitchell, and right at the rim, he'll lay it in. First field goal for the sophomore from Tupelo, Mississippi. Josh Mitchell. He has 4 points. And the Panthers up by 17, 53-36. With 13:55 to go here in this second half. Final game of the Cream City Classic. Pulliam on a pull-up, no, from the baseline. Try to fade her and wouldn't fall. SEMO on a run out. Kobe Clark, transition left corner. 3-ball around and out, missed by Russell. Johnson the rebound. Clark harassing him. And Kobe Clark will get called for the foul. No frustration there by Kobe Clark. Second foul. Third against the Southeast Missouri Redhawks. Rand is on. Edwards is on. Who left? Johnson and Pulliam did. So it's Jamison, Edwards, Stewart, Freeman, and Rand. There we go. Jamison at the top, attacking Harris. Runner high off the window and right down the well. Nice touch there. If you don't have the right touch on that shot, it's not going to fall, even though you went off the top of the backboard almost. Rand knocks the transition pass out of bounds. 55-36 if you just join us. Panthers at halftime led it by 15. And they've extended now to 19 with 13:16 to go. A lot of time left. Left wing, Barnes turns down the 3, give it to Russell. He'll split 2, his pass inside, and there to lay it in once again is Josh Mitchell. So they're finding Mitchell, and he's getting involved in the action. He's got the last 5 for the Redhawks, 55-38. Panthers by 17, 12:55 left. Freeman on the attack, right past Smart. He goes up, Mitchell the block. BJ got it back. Now he's tied up on the interior. We'll have a held ball. Smart and Freeman both had contact of the ball simultaneously. Held ball, the call, and the arrow gives it to the Redhawks. Substitution for SEMO. Wisconsin native Adam Larson is back on from Fenimore. He had 11 points yesterday, redshirt freshman. Toss in to nobody in particular, and it's a turnover. Kevin Gowans threw it to Bart Lundy, who was standing maybe 14 feet away from him. Whew. Now James Curran's going to join him. So the arrow was switched. Panthers get the arrow. 20 on the shot clock. Panthers ball. Okay, let's play. Jamison in for Stewart. See if we get Angelo Stewart going. He goes backdoor to Rand right there to throw it down. Jello gets involved with the assist in that respect. Rand's got 6. 57-38. 12:34 to go. Israel Barnes, left lane line run. Scoop to the hoop, won't go. And a late whistle. The foul against Angelo Stewart. His first, third on the team. I'll tell you what, between the fouls, between the turnovers, this second half has very little flow to it. it's been hard to get either offense in any bit of a rhythm, any bit of a groove. It's been a grind of a second half for the first 7.5 minutes. Israel Barnes hits the throw. But that's kind of how the first 10 minutes of the game went. It was a grind of the first 10, and then the Panthers went on that run, and it was a high-flying second 10 minutes. We'll see how the second 10 of the second half play out in a while. 57-40. Freeman on the run. Freeman goes up. It's blocked. Blocked up there by Aquan Smart. BJ went down. It's 5-on-4 for the Red Hawks. They have numbers here. Smart, right wing, left open. 3-ball is short of the mark. Missed by Barnes. Loose to the corner. Edwards diving out of bounds, but he cannot save it. Freeman and Edwards sitting there reluctantly to realize they don't have the ball. 12:06 to play in the game. Panthers up 57-40. 11-9. We've only had 20 combined points in the first almost 8 minutes, which again is a similar trend to the first 10 minutes of the first half. Israel Barnes on the attack. Back for Clark. Gets to the block left side. Right back for Israel Barnes. Spotting a three. Missed it. Rebound loose inside. Still loose. Who wants it? There's bodies strewn all over the floor, and it'll be Gowans and a timeout for SEMO. Boy, Tevin Gowans. And SEMO 30%, 3 out of 10. And it feels like it. Sometimes you see the numbers and your stats and you go, man, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it. It feels like it's been a grind here. Inbound Larson right there to lay it in. Here's the first points on this night for the Fenimore, Wisconsin native Adam Larson. 57-42. It's only a 15-point game now. Panthers have enjoyed a lead as big as 22 earlier in this half. Jameson's lob pass to Freeman. Right in front of us. Knocked out. I was right there. I was ready to pounce. I almost got too close. Got to let the boys play, Scott. Got to let the players play. Israel Barnes is out there. So is Aquan Smart and Philip Russell. Polian with 17 to shoot. KP to throw it in right in front of us. Thomas has it at the top. Justin turns his back on his defender. Give it to Keon Edwards. Now deep right side. Freeman working on Smart. Backs him down into the lane. Leaner is good. He just kept backing and backing and backing. And finally he was right there at the rim. 17 for BJ Freeman to lead all scorers. And the lead is 17. 59-42 with 11:08 to go in this second half. Philip Russell goes back door. Here's a reverse layup and a foul off the miss. What an acrobatic reverse layup attempt that time. Israel Barnes. They're not going to have a all-tournament team, quote-unquote, but if they did, Israel Barnes would be making a late run at getting some votes for an all-tournament team. 59-42 is the score. Aquan Smart at the line. That acrobatic reverse layup attempt. Aquan Smart would get him some votes too, perhaps. Rand is on, Bowl is out. Aquan Smart, 4 points. And 2 of 2 at the line. 59-44. 11 minutes to go here in the second half. Panthers trying to win for the third time in 3 days on campus on their home floor. It's not altogether unfamiliar. They practice on this floor. There's a foul given by Russell against Thomas way out near the logo. They practice here at the Kalachi Center. So these rims, this court, this venue, not at all unfamiliar just because they play the majority of their games downtown. Still very much familiar surroundings. Foul on Russell, his third, team's fourth, not a shooting foul. Panthers inbound at midcourt. Right wing, Freeman Turns the back on his defender. That's Barnes. Backs him down. Goes baseline this time and banks it in. I'll tell you what. Keep feeding B.J. Freeman. Let him post up. They can't stop his post-up game tonight. 61-44, 19 for the sophomore from North Carolina. That layup will not go. Kobe Clark puts it in. The miss was by Barnes. 61-46. Here comes Freeman again, attacking Barnes. This time Barnes stripped it away, and then Freeman undercuts Israel Barnes to commit the foul. It's been a physical game. Physical game here. Third in 3 days, like I say, for both these teams. B.J. Freeman, who played at Dodge City Junior College for assistant coach. In fact, Jake Williams went to the Elite Eight in Dodge City last year. So there's the connection there between this new Panthers staff and B.J. Freeman. Browning is back. Edwards will leave. 10-11 to go. 61-46 is our score. The Panthers pressuring the inbounds as always. Kobe Clark will bring it across. Left to right here in this half. Shooting in front of their bench are the Red Hawks. He takes Rand off the dribble. Jump pass to the right corner. That's Barnes for three, and he hit another one. Israel Barnes makes it a 12-point game. 9:50 to go. It's a 12-point game. They have shaved 10 points off the Panthers' largest lead. It was 53-31. Once upon a time, Browning in from the left on a double team, goes up and draws the foul. Larson and Clark, the combo. And they will get the foul on Clark. So Clark has three, Mitchell has three, Russell has three. Remember, this is not a very deep bench for Brad Korn, although he's gotten good bench production from the men that he has used so far. Browning at the line, 61-49. The lead is a dozen. Make it a Baker's dozen now as that one rolls in for Markeith Browning. Mitchell will come back on for SEMO. Adam Larson is out. Browning gets the ball. Edwin Young, the official, and he is perfect at the line. 5 of 6 at the line in this game. Panthers by 14 again. Here comes Israel Barnes. Tough baseline jumper, no good. The tip-in won't fall. Steal. Semo's got it again. Wrap around to the top. Barnes for three. That's no good. Browning the rebound. Big transition there. The miss, couple of misses. Panthers clear, up by 14. Still not comfortable. 9:10 to go. Browning. Thomas at the top, tightly guarded by Russell. Works over Russell. Now on the switch, he's picked up by Smart. And a foul on Aquan Smart. 2 on Smart. 6th on Southeast Missouri. So that was the last foul to give for the Red Hawks. Red Hawks have won 5 of the 6 meetings all time with the Panthers. These two programs have not hooked up, though, since 2002. Thomas with 15. Brings it to the free throw line. Back for Browning. Over a Rand screen. Now right of the lane. Back for Ahmad. He'll dive to the block. Going up and under. Trying to break free, and eventually he's tied up. He looked inside. He looked outside. He was pivoting right, left, right. And eventually there were hands on the basketball with him. Tried to go right. Went left. Stepped through right. And eventually he was swarmed between Mitchell and Clark. 8:47 left. 5 on the Panthers shot clock, though, as they have the arrow. Thomas. Tollian at the top. 4 seconds. Working on Smart with 2. Puts up a 12-footer. It's short of the mark. And a loose ball foul is called on Southeast Missouri. Russell's 4th. So Russell, who has 11 points here tonight, has 4 fouls. And with 8:42 to go, it's 63-49 Panthers. What is Brad Korn going to do? He's going to bring in Chris Harris. and pull out Russell. Try to buy him a little time. If they have a comeback in them, and it's only a 14-point game with 8:42 to go, they're going to need Philip Russell. So he'll walk to the bench as Thomas goes to the line. Free throw is missed. Can't earn the bonus. Rebound comes to Josh Mitchell. Pushing is Kobe Clark. He'll drop it off inside for Mitchell. He's blocked. That was Browning, I believe. It's out of bounds, and they'll keep it here with the Red Hawks. Great timing by Markeith Browning to get his hand in on Mitchell's shot attempt. As Mitchell was going up with the basketball, Markeith Browning coming down over the top and able to knock it out. 19 to shoot for SEMO. Harris bounce it in. Barnes to the free throw line right there. Mitchell turns down the two-pointer, elects to drive. Contact, no call. Hit an open 15-footer if he wanted. Freeman racing back. BJ to the rim. Blocked from behind, but a foul. There is giddy up in the step of a BJ Freeman. 4 on Mitchell. So Mitchell and Russell now with 4 each. BJ Freeman will shoot 2 for the Panthers. As he steps to the line, his first is good. Catch the Horizon League, as many of you are tonight, on ESPN Plus all season long. We're all staying up to date by visiting HorizonLeague.com and interacting with @HorizonLeague on social media. Learn more at HorizonLeague.com. Vincent Miskevich gets his first action of the night for the Panthers. Zamad Rand goes out. Freeman has 21 points. He hit both throws. 65-49. And now Pulliam called for a bump as he was working over the screen of Mitchell, trying to defend Chris Harris and the dribble. Browning, with 8:10 to go, will send Pulliam into the lane, and Markeith is going to defend the Harris inbound. And the bounce in. Gums for Clark. To the top for Harris. Chris Harris really yet to get it going tonight. Just 3 points for him. Here's a runner from the left side by Smart. He's bumped and fouled by Pulliam. 4th on Pulliam. 7th on the team. Career highs. I'm looking D1. He had 19 at Purdue. So he's 2 better with still 7:59 to go. 18 for Barnes to lead the way for SEMO. Smart is at the line for Southeast Missouri. And he's got a couple of free throws coming. There is a smoothness to Freeman's game. And we have seen his ability tonight more than anything to work in the low post. We've seen it. We know he can cut. We know he can drive. We've seen his three-point ability. But tonight it's been more of a power game, yet still with a smoothness there that you just have to appreciate. 65-50 after the free throw trip by Smart. Now Justin Thomas is fouled along the far sideline. Barnes his third. 19th foul. We're going to get some free throws shot here before too long. Before it's over, we're going to have our fair share of free throws, you might say. And JT is there. He is 1 for 3. He's got 11 points, and he earns the bonus. Been talking about Israel Barnes for Southeast Missouri. How surprising is this performance? How about the fact that this is the first double-digit scoring performance of the year for Israel Barnes? The first of his career. Wow. Have a night. 67-50, so a couple of career nights. 1 for each team. 7:34 to go. Panthers up by 17. Redhawks basketball to my right. Left of the lane, the jumper will fall for guess who? Israel Barnes. Wow. 20 points. He's never been in double figures in his career. He's not at SEMO. He's a Division II transfer. 15-point lead. Here comes Browning up by 15. His leaner won't go. The tip in by Miskevich, no. Thomas, he's got an offensive rebound. He'll kick it out. Freeman for three. No good after a crossover to get himself a little space. And SEMO brings it up left to right. Harris pops the three. He missed it. And the foul is called against B.J. Freeman. Oh, man. Edwin Young, the official, saying you got to give him a space to land. And Freeman, little crow hop to get out there and defend it. And he invaded the space. What do they call that? The principle of verticality that a shooter is allowed. So it's a 15-point game, but as the first free throw is good by Harris, he could make it 12. Still 6:51 to go. Credit to the Red Hawks. They trailed by as many as 22 in this half, early on in the half, and they have not gone away. First two are good for Harris. 67-54, Miskevich is out, Jalen Johnson is on. Harris went 3 for 3 at the line. He doubled his point production on the night right there. From 3 now to 6. 67-55, 6:51 to go. SEMO, they show some full court pressure. Bounce in for Freeman, far sideline, harassed by Aquan Smart. 5 seconds to get it across, and Browning will, with plenty of time. Never a doubt. Thomas, Browning, Jamison, Johnson, and Freeman. Jalen's got it blocked left. Trying to post up Harris in the paint now. Get it out of there. He does. 8 to shoot. Out for Thomas. Justin with 5. Browning with 4. Baseline inside Jalen Johnson. Fouled with 1. Oh, they used every last ounce of the 30 seconds available. And the whistle came on Barnes. So Barnes, Russell, Mitchell with 4 each. Kobe Clark has 3. And Jalen Johnson, one of the Panthers' top free throw shooters, lives up to the reputation with that first made. Jalen has, coming into action tonight, attempted and made more free throws than anybody on the team. Missed that one, however. He's now 17 out of 21 on the campaign. Panthers lead is 13. 6:15 left to go. Giddy up for Harris. Back out for Clark. Drive and kick. Corner 3 for Smart. He hit it. Look out. It's a 10-point game. And a timeout is taken by Brad Korn and Southeast Missouri. He's going to take a 60. Career nights being had by some Panthers, and the Red Hawks, and the outcome still to be determined with 6:08 to go, and the lead is 10 for Milwaukee. No field goals in 4.5 minutes. Let's see if they can change that here out of the SEMO timeout. Browning draws a double on a trap, skips a pass, cross court, picked off. 4-on-2, pass back. Here's a 3-ball on the way. It rolled off, missed by the Red Hawks, but an offensive rebound and a foul. That's Barnes, a mouse in the house rebound after the Smart 3 from the left wing didn't go. That's the 9th foul on the Panthers. 20 turnovers for Milwaukee. Remember, before yesterday, they had averaged 21 over their prior 3 games. Yesterday, just 13. Barnes' free throw is good as he builds on his career night. He has 21. The question is, can Southeast Missouri get this done without Russell and Harris doing Russell and Harris type things? So far, so good. 68-60. Freeman, his toss. Thomas rips it away from Smart, and the possession remains Milwaukee's. SEMO really feeling it now defensively, being fueled by this offensive comeback. Freeman at the top, catch and shoot 3, short, and the rebound to Russell. My goodness, it's an 8-point game, 5.5 to play. Here comes Philip Russell. Now skipping in right wing, Harris for 3. That's way too long, and it will go over the end line, and Panthers get it. Whew. They caught a break. That was a good look for Chris Harris right at the top. And he was long with the three. Panthers, no made shots from the field in over 5 minutes. And that drought has allowed the Redhawks to get within 8. Pullian back on, so is Browning. Markeith Browning will throw it in. Freeman just does save it along the baseline. His toss for Pullian as they break pressure. Now they have numbers 3-on-2. Thomas into the front court. Attacking in from the left, backing it out. They need a shot here just to settle things. This has become a game, more than a game. Freeman, right on the top, Browning. Keith on the drive on Russell, lost the ball, and another turnover, their 21st. And now Thomas, a push and a foul. And we will walk to the other end of the floor where Southeast Missouri is going to shoot free throws. They can make it a 2-possession game. Two free throws here for Aquan Smart. Smart this evening, 3 of 4 at the line and 9 points. Trying to become the third Red Hawk in double figures. As a team, SEMO is 14 of 19. Smart's free throw, in and out. In the first game today between Boston University and UC Davis, Boston U came back from 29 down in the second half to force overtime. They ultimately lost. SEMO trailed by 22 in the second half. That free throw is missed. A big 0 for 2 at the line. And the Panthers clear. 4:50 to go. 68-60, clinging to an 8-point lead. Thomas against Russell out at the top. Back for Freeman. Now for Pullian. He finds Stewart. See if Jello can make something work. Thomas at the logo. 8 seconds. Screened by Ahmad Rand. Thomas driving left. High off the window. No. Rand rebound. Slam. Oh, and they needed that one in the worst way. Timeout taken by Bart Lundy the minute that ball went through the net. Oh, my goodness. You can feel a... Panthers are still +3 in points off turnovers. Somehow, some way. Branson is back on for SEMO. Good timeout there, I think, by Bart Lundy. He's got to settle things. Make sure everybody's on the same page defensively here. You feel if you can play solid here for the next 90 seconds, 2 minutes, you'll be in a good spot. Barnes high on the right side. Stewart in his grill. Skip left wing with it is Harris. Now to the top. Branson for 3. Honeycombs out. And another big rebound for Ahmad Rand. He's got to have Stickum on his fingertips. 70-60. 2 biggest rebounds in the game just happened right there. And now Thomas, as he's backing down Barnes at midcourt, Israel Barnes just gives the foul, and he has fouled out. Comeback effort just got a little bit more difficult for SEMO as their leading scorer, Israel Barnes, a career-high 22 points tonight, has fouled out. 22 points. 7 of 14 shooting. 4 of 8 on his threes. He had 5 rebounds as well. The redshirt senior from Wichita had an 11-point scoring spurt himself in the first half and went on to put up 22 for the night. Thomas at the line hits the throw. 71-60. 4:03 left. Thomas hits that one. Speaking of career highs, he's got 15 in the Panthers uniform. Panthers by 12 again. They've hit 4 straight points. Russell, shot fake. Now at the top, give it to Branson. He'll put it on the floor, working on Freeman. Still working on B.J. Freeman. His pass deflected and stolen away. Outlet pass. Thomas. Pullian low on the right. Layup is good. 6 straight by Milwaukee. 74-60. They have the lead. We have 3:35 to go. Does SEMO have one more push in them? That's the question right now. Clock is ticking. Harris nearly double dribbled. Now for Kobe Clark, deep left side. Working on Ahmad Rand to the free throw line. Back for Smart. Corner, Branson, ceiling scraper. 3 is an air ball, and Pullian can't quite reel it in. Lost it out of bounds. Sometimes when you're under the basket and an air ball comes your way, it catches you off guard. And that was the case right there. You're anticipating a ricochet off the rim, and when it doesn't draw iron and you're trying to catch an air ball, it catches you off guard and you don't squeeze it. 5 seconds to shoot. Here comes Russell, skipping left corner. 3 ball for Harris at the horn, no good. Rebound B.J. Freeman. 74-60. Panthers have the lead. Under 3 minutes now we play. They'll be in Green Bay on Thursday from the conference opener, and they're hoping to be riding a 3-game winning streak when they arrive at the Resch Center. 14 on the shot clock. Freeman deep on the right side, harassed there by Harris. Now he'll pass out of it to Rand. Ahmad just inside the arc, back for BJ, wing right. Freeman darting in from the right, and he's fouled by Larson. Adam Larson commits the foul. His first. And SEMO is long since over the limit. And Freeman continuing to build on his career night. 21 points, 8 of 18. He has hit 3 of 5 at the line and looking for more. And he finds the throw. It was 68-60. Remember, Panthers had a missed shot, Ahmad Rand, a rebound dunk, timeout Lundy, and they have gone 7-0 since SEMO cut it to 7. Make it 8-0, 76-60. Panthers by 16. From 8 to 16. They had a 21-1 run in the first half, but this 8-0 run is a little more important at the moment. Does it feel that way? Larson for 3, no from the left side. Fighting for the rebound, and Thomas rips it down. He's fouled by Kobe Clark. And Justin Thomas will be back at the line. He's got his first D1 double-double, a career-high 15 points, a career-high 11 rebounds. Going to have a tough time finding a player of the game. Going to have some decisions to make when it comes to our post-game player interview tonight. They're giving us a few candidates from which to choose, are they not? Free throw good for JT. And again, demonstrating the ability of this roster this year to get you in so many different ways. One night it might be Ahmad Rand as Thomas sinks both free throws. It might be Stewart another night. He had 24 in the open. Pullian another night. Freeman on this night, and Thomas as well here tonight. 78-60. 10-0 run for the Panthers. 2:14 to go. Clark, step left for 3. No good. Another rebound by Thomas. He's just stuffing stats now. That's all he's doing. 78-60 as we hit the 2-minute mark. Thomas on a run. Reverse layup is short. Whistle, and he'll shoot 2 more. I tell you what, Justin Thomas is getting his free throw shooting in here tonight, isn't he? These will be his 10th and 11th attempts. With $1:58 to go.
At the line, Justin Thomas, 2.
Foul on Clark. He's done. That's his 5th. Free throw is good. Oh no, I'm confused. They've got 5 for Clark on the stat monitor, but he's still on the floor. Must be a discrepancy between the official scorebook and the stat sheet. He must just have 4. 80-60. It's a 12-0 run. Russell dribbled it off his foot out near the top. Pullian dives, can't get it. Saving now to Harris. Right corner, wrap around Larson. 4-3, and he hit it. And an immediate timeout taken by the Red Hawks. That's their final timeout. 1:41 to go. Panthers on a 12-0 run there to take what was a bit of a nerve rattle. Pullian, Thomas, Freeman, Stewart, Jamison. Timeout allows the Redhawks to set up their pressure. Larson contesting the inbound. Stewart, Pullian, right back to Jello, right back to Kentrell, and now Pullian will bring it across right to left. 90 seconds to go. Stewart to the top. Jamison backs it out. 18 to shoot. And a smart move there to drain a little time off this clock. Klotchy crowd recognizes it. Pullian's going to dart into the paint. Goes up, goes under, and lays it in. He's mastering that up and under, off-balance scoop layup, whatever you want to call it. 82-63. Right corner. Smart for three. He hits it. 82-66. With 1 minute left to play in the Klotchy Center and the Cream City Classic presented by Hilton Milwaukee City Center. And up by 16 with 52 seconds to go. I dare say the inaugural Cream City Classic will have been a resounding success, as the host Milwaukee Panthers are going to win it by going a perfect 3-0 over the last 3 days. Jamison on a drive. He's fouled with 38.2 to go. On Saturday, it took a dramatic buzzer-beating three-pointer by Justin Thomas to beat UC Davis 73-71. Yesterday it was a remarkable defensive performance by the Panthers to beat Boston University 63-52, holding them to just 13 points in the first half. Jamison good on the throw. 29% for the game, and tonight started slow, a little ugly, but the Panthers were able to get the wave that mattered the most in a game of back and forth, especially in the first half. A big 21-1 run. And in the end, it mattered the most. And then a 12-0 run here late when it was down to 8. Three ball is missed, 84-66. The miss there by Harris. The shot clock and the game clock virtually identical. The Klotchy Center crowd will rise. They will give their Panthers a standing ovation. And these guys deserve it for what they did over the last 3 days. Panthers, a 3-game winning streak. 84-66 as Thomas will dribble this thing out. Shot clock violation. One more turnover. Why not? 22 for the night. SEMO will inbound. Kobe Clark will toss it in. Into the front court. Larson's got it. He'll go up. Are they going to score the basket? They will. The Fenimore, Wisconsin native gets the last basket. And our final score is Panthers 84.